Camilla's relationship with King Charles has been a topic of fascination for many years, filled with secrets, drama, and scandal. But now, her ex-husband, Andrew Parker Bowles, is finally breaking his silence, and what he says will completely change the way we look at this royal love story. Was Princess Diana the only one who was hurt by this affair, or is there an even deeper betrayal that has been hidden from the public for many years? Join us in this video as we unravel the shocking truth behind Camilla's past and reveal the secrets that have been kept from the world. The story of King Charles, Camilla, Princess Diana, and Andrew is about to become even more complicated. Stay tuned as we uncover the truths no one expected. Camilla and King Charles' affair did not begin with Princess Diana. It started long before, back in the early 1970s, when King Charles went off to the Navy. Camilla married Andrew Parker Bowles, but this was not a typical love story. It was one that raised many questions from the start. Some believed Camilla's marriage to Andrew was more about maintaining her image and reputation than true love. Even after tying the knot, Camilla and King Charles continued their affair, which was no secret to those close to them. Their relationship was not just one of infatuation, it was a deep emotional connection that outlasted Camilla's marriage. The question that many have asked over the years is, why did Camilla marry Andrew in the first place if her heart was with King Charles? Was it a social arrangement, or was it simply the only option available to her at the time? Whatever the reason, this relationship set the stage for the dramatic love triangle that would capture the world's attention. Andrew Parker Bowles has finally revealed his thoughts on the affair between Camilla and King Charles, and his comments are nothing short of explosive. For many years, the story has been told from Princess Diana's point of view, painting Camilla as the villain. But Andrew's revelation changes everything. According to him, the betrayal was not just against Princess Diana, it was also against him. While he was married to Camilla, she continued to see King Charles, keeping their emotional connection alive. The big question now is, did Andrew know about the affair all along? And if he did, why did he stay silent? Was he simply turning a blind eye to the reality of his wife's actions, or did he choose to accept it for the sake of his own position in society? Andrew's comments have caused a stir, leaving people wondering if he was also a victim of Camilla's betrayal or if he simply played along with the situation. Either way, his words have brought a new perspective on this long-standing royal scandal. Princess Diana's awareness of the affair between King Charles and Camilla was more than just a suspicion, it was a painful truth she had to live with. From the moment she married King Charles, she knew something was off about his feelings toward her. But it was not until later that Princess Diana discovered the full extent of the betrayal. In one of her most famous interviews, Princess Diana openly stated, "There were 3 of us in this marriage," referring to the undeniable presence of Camilla in her relationship. This was not just a passing remark, it was a painful acknowledgement of the reality Princess Diana faced. What is even more heart-wrenching is that Princess Diana confronted Camilla face-to-face at a party. Princess Diana approached her and said, "I want my husband." This direct confrontation showed just how much Princess Diana was struggling with the truth. She knew that King Charles was in love with Camilla, and it hurt. The public often speculated whether King Charles ever intended to leave Princess Diana for Camilla, but Princess Diana's pain made it clear she was the one left in the dark while King Charles' heart was elsewhere. The Queen's response to King Charles and Camilla's relationship was far from supportive. At first, she disapproved of Camilla's place in the royal family, refusing to acknowledge her or invite her to royal events. For a long time, Camilla was viewed as the other woman, and the British public had little sympathy for her. This was not just about a private affair, it became a full-blown royal scandal that threatened the image of the monarchy itself. When King Charles admitted his affair with Camilla on national television, the backlash was immediate and fierce. Camilla became one of the most disliked women in Britain, and her reputation seemed beyond repair. It took many years of public relations work and careful rebranding before Camilla was finally accepted into the royal fold. Even when she married King Charles in the year 2005, many still saw her as the woman who had torn apart Princess Diana's marriage. The Queen may have eventually warmed to her, but it was clear that the damage done by this affair would never fully go away. One of the most surprising moments in this entire saga was Andrew Parker Bowles' attendance at Camilla and King Charles' wedding in the year 2005. How could the ex-husband of the woman who had been at the center of one of the most public royal scandals be invited to their wedding? Some believe that Andrew was simply being a gracious ex-husband, accepting the reality of the situation and moving on. Others speculate that Andrew was always in some way involved in the royal world, and attending the wedding was just part of playing his role in the larger royal drama. His presence at the wedding raised many eyebrows, especially considering the history between King Charles, Camilla, and himself. Did Andrew attend because he truly had no hard feelings, or was there some unspoken understanding between him, Camilla, and King Charles? Whatever the reason, Andrew's appearance at the wedding made it clear that, despite the past, he was still a part of the royal family's complex web of relationships. However, there are also signs that Camilla did care for Andrew in her own way. After all, they stayed married for many years and Camilla never sought to divorce Andrew until much later. Did she love him? Maybe. But it seems that her love for King Charles was the overriding force that shaped her actions throughout their marriage. And her commitment to Andrew was more about convenience and family connections than passion. For many years, Camilla was one of the most hated women in Britain. The affair between her and King Charles destroyed the fairy tale image of the royal family, and the public could not forgive her for being the other woman in the marriage of Princess Diana and King Charles. Tabloids regularly called Camilla a homewrecker, and for a long time she was the subject of public outrage. The media and the public painted her as the villain in a story that was already filled with heartbreak and scandal. The public protests against King Charles and Camilla's relationship were widespread, and for many, it seemed like the monarchy would never recover from the damage. But over time, as Camilla became more involved in charity work and as her role in the royal family evolved, people's opinions started to shift. It was not easy for Camilla to overcome the years of negative press, but with time and careful image building, she began to win over some of her critics. Still, the shadow of her affair with King Charles looms over her reputation, and it will never fully go away, no matter how much she tries to rebrand herself. The real betrayal was not just against Princess Diana as many believed for years. It was against an entire generation of people who grew up believing in the fairy tale image of the royal family. For decades, people saw King Charles and Princess Diana as the ideal couple, and when their marriage fell apart because of Camilla's affair, it shattered that image. The betrayal was not just personal, it was public, and it affected the way people viewed the monarchy as a whole. Princess Diana was not the only one who suffered. The entire world watched as King Charles's affair became a headline, and the ripple effect of that scandal was felt across the globe. Many people who admired Princess Diana saw her as a victim, and rightfully so. But in many ways, the biggest betrayal was how this affair destroyed the idealized image of the royal family and forced the public to see them in a much more flawed light. The impact of this betrayal still lingers today, and it is likely that Camilla, King Charles, and the royal family will never fully recover from it. Over the years, Camilla's public image has transformed in ways no one could have predicted. When her affair with King Charles first became public, she was initially seen as the villain in the royal love triangle responsible for the heartbreak of Princess Diana and the tarnishing of the royal family's image. For decades, Camilla was the target of public scorn and media attacks. But over time, things began to change. Camilla did not just sit back and let the negative press define her. Instead, she worked hard to build a new identity for herself. She became involved in various charitable causes, focusing on issues like osteoporosis and literacy. Slowly, her public persona began to shift from that of the other woman to a more compassionate and caring figure. While some people still hold on to their resentment toward her, many have softened their views. Camilla's long road to redemption shows that while the past can never be fully erased, it is possible to redefine oneself through actions. But the question remains, can she ever truly shake off the shadows of her past? When Camilla married King Charles in the year 2005, many thought she would never be fully accepted as a member of the royal family. But as time has passed, she has gained a more established role, particularly with her becoming Queen Consort upon the death of Queen Elizabeth. Her acceptance into the royal fold was not immediate, and her journey has been a long one. For many, seeing Camilla in the role of Queen Consort was a hard pill to swallow, especially after everything that had happened with Princess Diana. However, over time, Camilla worked to solidify her place beside King Charles, focusing on royal duties and using her position to support various causes. Her new title, though, still carries the weight of her past, and there are still many who question whether she truly deserves it. For some, it is a sign of the monarchy's ability to move forward, while for others, it is a painful reminder of the drama and betrayal that marred the royal family's image. Camilla's role as Queen Consort will forever be tied to her past, and it remains to be seen how history will remember her. The relationships between Camilla, King Charles, and Princess Diana were complicated from the start, and the drama that unfolded between them has left an indelible mark on the royal family. For years, King Charles and Princess Diana's marriage was seen as a tragic love story, with Princess Diana portrayed as the victim of Camilla's affair. But over time, people have come to understand that the dynamics between the three of them were much more complex. King Charles and Camilla's bond was deep, and while Princess Diana may have been heartbroken by the affair, it is clear that King Charles and Camilla's relationship went beyond mere attraction. It was built on emotional connection and shared history. For Princess Diana, the discovery of King Charles's affair was devastating. But in hindsight, it seems that King Charles may have never been truly in love with her the way he was with Camilla. Princess Diana's pain was genuine, but so too was the connection that King Charles and Camilla shared. Their affair was not just a mistake, it was the result of a relationship that had been brewing for years. Understanding the complexity of these relationships gives us a deeper insight into the royal family's struggles and how they navigated their complicated personal lives. Even after so many years, the love triangle between King Charles, Princess Diana, and Camilla continues to captivate the public's imagination. The story of their troubled marriages, affairs, and eventual acceptance of one another is still a topic of fascination. The media constantly revisits the royal drama, exploring new angles and rehashing old wounds. For many, the story of King Charles, Princess Diana, and Camilla represents more than just a scandal. It is a symbol of love, betrayal, and the consequences of living life under public scrutiny. People are still intrigued by the twists and turns of the royal love triangle, and every new revelation or comment only adds fuel to the fire. The legacy of the scandal surrounding King Charles, Princess Diana, and Camilla will be felt for generations to come. It is not just about the personal pain and heartbreak that each of them experienced, it is also about how this drama has shaped the perception of the royal family. The once perfect image of the monarchy was shattered by the very public breakdown of King Charles and Princess Diana's marriage, and the affair that followed only added fuel to the fire. Over the years, the royal family has had to rebuild its reputation, and much of that work has been done by Camilla herself as she slowly earned her place by King Charles's side. But the past cannot be erased. The scandal will forever be part of royal history, and it will always be a reminder of the very human flaws that exist within the world's most famous family. And there you have it, Camilla's shocking betrayal exposed, with new revelations from her ex-husband, Andrew Parker Bowles, that have left everyone rethinking the royal love story. What do you think? Was Andrew truly betrayed, or did he simply accept the situation? Was Princess Diana the only victim in this affair, or were there deeper layers to the story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.